All right, this next video here, we're going to start in on two-point perspective. Two-point perspective is awesome because we have the same vocabulary. We have horizon line or eye level line, but this time we have two vanishing points. Now it's important with two-point perspective to get your vanishing points as far apart as possible when you're dealing with these, just a piece of paper, because the closer you get them together, the more pinched the object will be or perceived, and having these as far apart as possible is very helpful. Now the steps are different. If we start with a shape, it's going to mess us up just as we did with single point perspective, starting with a shape to create then a form. With two-point perspective, we simply start with a line, and that line is kind of a leading edge of the block if we are creating a block here. Then the next step is to create vanishing lines that go to each vanishing point like this. So here's step one, and here's step two, these vanishing lines. Step three, putting in or defining how wide or how big this block is, making sure that these lines, these vertical lines, are parallel with the edges of the paper. And then back here, this is step three. And then step four is just defining the top. And there it is. Now, the next step would be to make it clear. And then you would go through and look at what corners can now be observed going to the vanishing point where previously we couldn't with the not clear box, but now we can see this side that's facing to our right, this is facing to our left, this one is facing back left, this one back right, the top and the bottom. Similarly, the shape that you would put on the horizon line starts with a single line, and then sorry, there's something on my paper there. I'll do these quickly. Making sure my lines are parallel the edge of the paper, and then to make it clear, it's important to make it clear, not to just have every box be clear, but to understand where it exists in space so that you can then manipulate them in the future and understand the space that they take up. Box on the horizon line. In my class, we once again 3 boxes below, 3 on the horizon line, and 3 above. But basically, that's two-point perspective.